Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will shake you at the core. You have been carrying something inside you that has never belonged to the ordinary. And now, the world around you is shifting, moving pieces into place, elevating you to a higher ground, not because of chance, not because of luck, but because of the gift you carry. They tried to silence it. They tried to bury it. They thought if they overlooked you long enough, you'd disappear into the background. But chosen ones don't vanish. Chosen ones rise. Right now, as you hear these words, something deep inside of you knows this message isn't random. It was sent, it was meant, and you are the receiver. This is confirmation that the heaviness you've felt, the doors that closed on you, the delays you've suffered, they were not punishments. They were positioning. They were preparation for this very moment, this very elevation. Think about it. Why else have you survived storms that destroyed others? Why else have you endured betrayals that should have broken you, setbacks that should have kept you down, pain that should have silenced you forever? It's because you carry something priceless, something uncontainable, something divine. And when you carry that kind of gift, life cannot keep you on the same level as everyone else. You are being moved, quietly, strategically, but with power. Pause for a moment. If this resonates with your spirit, if you feel that undeniable pull inside you, hit the like button right now. Because this isn't just a video. This is a prophetic word over your life. The higher place you are being moved into will not resemble what you've known. The air is different up there. The pressure is different. The visibility is different. When God lifts you, when destiny shifts you, the space you enter will feel both unfamiliar and inevitable at the same time. You won't blend in there. You won't fit in. But that's because you were never meant to. Your gift was designed to stand out, to disrupt, to bring light where there was only shadow. And here's the shocking truth. People around you already sense it. They can't explain it, but they feel the weight you carry. That's why some treat you with hidden envy, some with resistance, and others with quiet admiration. Spirits recognize spirits. Energy doesn't lie. And the gift you carry is so powerful that even those who hate you can't deny it. They see the glow. They hear the authority in your voice. They feel the shift when you walk into the room. But here's the twist. You've been hidden for a reason. You've been in a season of obscurity because if your gift had been revealed too soon, it would have been attacked before it matured. You would have been drained before you were ready. That's why doors closed on you. That's why people walked away. That's why it seemed like opportunities slipped through your fingers. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Elevation doesn't come when you chase it. Elevation comes when it chases you. And right now, it is chasing you. The divine hand is lifting you to a level you couldn't reach on your own. The very gift that made life harder for you is about to make life overflow for you. What once isolated you will now set you apart. But don't misunderstand. The higher you go, the more pressure you'll feel. Just like an eagle soars where the air is thinner, you are being called into a place where fewer can breathe. That's why you cannot carry everyone with you. That's why not everyone who started with you will finish with you. Some people are only equipped for the valley, not the mountain. And if you insist on dragging them along, they will suffocate where you are meant to thrive. So here's the uncomfortable truth. They will not all understand your next move. They will call you distant. They will say you've changed. And they will be right. You have changed. You were designed to change. You cannot remain who you were and still step into who you are becoming. And oh, the becoming. The transformation happening inside of you right now is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. You feel the pull. You feel the tension between the life you've known and the life you're stepping into. That is the sound of elevation. That is the signal of your calling. That is the proof that heaven has its eyes on you. Do not minimize your gift anymore. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Do not apologize for the power you carry. If they are uncomfortable with it, that is their problem, not yours. You have already spent too long shrinking yourself, watering yourself down, trying to fit into spaces that could not contain you. That season is over. The shift is here. You are being moved into a higher place because of the gift you carry. That gift was not given to you to keep hidden, to keep silent, to keep locked away. It was given to you as a weapon, as a tool, as a light to pierce the darkness. And make no mistake, the darkness knows who you are. The moment you step into alignment, the moment you accept the fullness of your calling, the atmosphere around you will change. Doors will swing open. Opportunities will flood in. Enemies will scatter. You may ask, but why me? Why was I chosen for this? And the answer is simple. You were chosen because you could handle what others could not. You were chosen because the fire that burned them refined you. You were chosen because the storms that drowned them taught you how to breathe underwater. You were chosen because the gift inside of you is not ordinary. It is rare. It is divine. It is necessary. And here's the most powerful truth. Your gift is not just for you. It's bigger than you. It will impact people you may never meet, generations you may never see, lives you may never touch directly, but will still be changed because of the ripple effect of your obedience. That is why you cannot afford to doubt yourself anymore. That is why you cannot afford to play small anymore. The higher place you are being moved into requires your full power, your full courage, your full authenticity. Do you feel it? The trembling inside your chest, the fire in your spirit, the whisper in your soul. That is destiny speaking to you. That is the voice of your higher calling saying, rise, and rise you will. Every time you rise, you're going to feel resistance. Don't mistake that resistance as a sign you're on the wrong path. It's proof you're on the right one. Pressure always comes before promotion. The enemy doesn't waste his time fighting empty vessels. The battle over your life has been so intense because of what you carry. The gift inside you threatens systems. It disrupts patterns. It breaks chains that have been in place for generations. That's why your life has been a war zone. You are not ordinary. Look around. Haven't you noticed that the obstacles thrown at you were never small? Others around you skate by with ease, but you've had to wrestle with storms that seemed impossible to survive. That's not by accident. It's because the level of opposition matches the level of the assignment. The bigger the calling, the bigger the warfare. And chosen one, your calling is colossal. But here's what your enemies didn't see coming. Every blow they delivered forged strength in you. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every setback built your endurance. They thought they were crushing you, but they were chiseling you. They thought they were burying you, but they were planting you. And now, just like a seed that's been hidden in the soil, the season of breaking through the surface has come. Your gift cannot stay underground any longer. It's pushing upward, breaking through the dirt, reaching toward the light. And with that emergence comes exposure. Your name is about to be mentioned in rooms you've never stepped foot in. Your work, your energy, your presence, it's about to be noticed in ways you can't yet comprehend. The same people who doubted you will witness your rise. The same voices that whispered lies about you will have no choice but to acknowledge your truth. Let me ask you, are you ready for visibility? Because visibility is not just applause, it's also attack. The higher place you're being moved into comes with weight. Your gift will draw crowds, but it will also draw critics. It will open doors, but it will also awaken enemies. Some will want what you carry without enduring what you endured. Some will try to mimic your gift without realizing they can't replicate your anointing. This is why you must guard your energy like never before. Do not give everyone access to you. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You've been too generous with your time, your spirit, your heart. But elevation demands separation. The higher you go, the more intentional you must become about who is around you. Some will love the gift, but not the growth. Some will love the the blessing, but despise the burden, and you can't afford to let their confusion contaminate your clarity. Chosen one, listen. This next level will require you to be unapologetic about your gift. No shrinking, no explaining, no begging for understanding. You will not convince those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop wasting your breath trying to make them see what they've already chosen to be blind to. Your rise will speak louder than your words ever could. Now here's the twist. The elevation you're stepping into isn't just about physical success. It's about spiritual authority. The gift you carry is a key, unlocking doors in realms most people never enter. You've already felt it. Haven't you noticed how your presence changes the atmosphere? How peace follows you into chaos? How people feel convicted just being around you, even if you don't say a word? That's because your gift carries weight in the unseen. Demons recognize you before people do. Darkness retreats before you even open your mouth. That is the true power of the chosen one. And here's what's coming. You're about to walk into a season where that authority can no longer be hidden. The higher place you're being moved into will demand that you use your gift boldly. No more silence, no more hesitation. You were born for this stage. You were created for this spotlight. Not man-made, but heaven-ordained. Some of you watching this right now are on the verge of stepping into rooms where your voice will change everything. Others will be placed in positions of influence where your actions will shift entire systems. And some of you will realize that your gift is not just for influence, it's for healing, for deliverance, for breaking curses and rewriting legacies. That is why the weight on your life has been so heavy. That is why your journey has been so lonely. You are being prepared for impact that stretches far beyond yourself. But let me warn you, when the spotlight finds you, so will the shadows. People you've never met will form opinions about you. Some will idolize you. Some will demonize you. And if you're not rooted, if you're not grounded, the noise will shake you. That's why the hidden season was necessary. It wasn't punishment. It was insulation. It was God training your ears to hear His voice above all others. Because at this level, His voice must be the loudest one in your life. Think about this. Have you noticed how your spirit no longer tolerates what it once did? The conversations that used to interest you now drain you. The environments you once fit into now feel suffocating. That's not you being difficult. That's you outgrowing the old level. That's elevation in progress. You cannot go back to who you were, because who you were cannot survive where you're going. The gift you carry is evolving. The vessel you are is being refined. This is the season where every distraction must be stripped away because clarity is everything. Let me give you a vision. Imagine standing at the edge of a mountain. Behind you is the valley of everything you've survived. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every failure. In front of you is a higher peak, cloaked in clouds, unseen but undeniable. And you feel the wind urging you forward, pushing you to climb. That is where you are right now, between what was and what will be, between the familiar and the extraordinary, between being hidden and being revealed. The climb won't be easy. You will lose some people along the way. You will question yourself. You will wrestle with fear. But if you can take the next step, if you can trust the process, if you can embrace the gift without apology, then nothing can stop what's coming. Not the whispers, not the warfare, not even your own doubts. Because chosen one, this isn't just elevation. This is divine positioning. And once heaven decides to move you, no force on earth can keep you in place. And I need you to hear this next part with every fiber of your being. The gift you carry is about to attract favor that will make no sense. Opportunities that others chased will chase you. Doors you couldn't open will swing wide with no effort. What was once delayed will arrive suddenly. That is the power of walking in alignment with your gift. Get ready, because the higher place isn't coming, it's here. And your life is about to shift so dramatically that even you won't recognize yourself 6 months from now. You've probably felt it already, the strange tension between comfort and calling. On one hand, there's a part of you that longs for the familiar, the safe, the predictable. But then there's the deeper part of you, the eternal part that whispers, "You can't stay here." That voice won't let you settle. It won't let you shrink. It won't let you trade your destiny for comfort. That voice is the echo of your gift, pulling you toward the higher place where you belong. And here's the truth. They will not all come with you. As painful as it is to admit, some of the people you thought would be with you forever are not equipped for the next dimension of your life. They loved you when you were accessible, when your light didn't shine too brightly, when your gift didn't expose their own insecurities. But the moment you rise, the moment your gift begins to demand more space, their true feelings will surface. Some will distance themselves. Others will turn cold. And a few will even disguise envy as concern. But chosen one, do not mistake their exit as a loss. It is divine subtraction. The higher you go, the more weight you must shed. Not everyone can breathe at the altitude you're heading toward. Some would rather you dim than demand they grow. Some would rather you remain in the valley so they don't have to confront their own lack of vision. And if you cling to them, you'll suffocate. Letting go is not betrayal, it's survival. Now let's talk about the gift itself. Do you even realize what you carry? Your gift is not just talent. It is not just skill. It is the imprint of heaven on your soul. A blueprint written into your spirit before you ever took your first breath. That is why, no matter how much you've tried to run from it, it follows you. No matter how many times you've attempted to silence it, it speaks louder. You can't escape it because it is you. Your gift is why doors you didn't knock on start opening. It's why people you've never met feel drawn to you. It's why you carry authority in rooms where others are ignored. The gift announces itself before you even speak. It is the unexplainable glow, the magnetic pull, the undeniable presence that shifts atmospheres. You may not see it in yourself, but trust me, others see it. That's why they react to you the way they do. Some admire it, some fear it, some resent it, but none can deny it. And soon, you won't be able to deny it either. Because in this season, your gift will no longer whisper, it will roar. But here comes the test. When your gift roars, when it begins to open doors and elevate you, will you shrink in fear, or will you stand in authority? Will you question if you're worthy, or will you own what you carry? Because hear me, the higher place isn't just about access, it's about responsibility. You will be called to carry weight that others cannot. You will be trusted with influence that others would waste. And your obedience will not just bless you, it will bless multitudes. Don't let that scare you. You've already been prepared for it. All the lonely nights, all the closed doors, all the painful endings, they were training ground. Heaven was shaping your shoulders to carry this gift. You thought you were breaking, but you were being built. You thought you were abandoned, but you were being equipped. Every tear was watering the soil of your destiny. And now, the harvest is here. Let me ask you, have you noticed how lately you can't tolerate distractions? The noise of gossip, the pull of drama, the chase of empty things. It doesn't appeal to you anymore. That's not boredom. That's growth. That's elevation. The gift inside you is starving for more depth, more purpose, more authenticity. And that hunger is what's pulling you higher. But beware, when you hunger for higher, you threaten those content with lower. Your very existence convicts them. Your growth exposes their stagnation. Your light makes their shadows obvious. Don't be surprised when they try to dim you, when they question your motives, when they whisper that you've changed. Of course, you've changed. You were never meant to stay the same. Here's the revelation. Your gift is not just an answer to your prayers. It's an answer to their prayers. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. There are lives tied to your rising. When you step into your higher place, you unlock doors for others. You carrying your gift boldly gives them permission to carry theirs. Your courage plants seeds of courage in souls you may never even meet. That's how powerful this is. And because your gift carries that kind of impact, Heaven will not allow you to waste it. That's why the pressure has been so heavy. That's why the push has been so relentless. It's not to break you, it's to break you open. Right now, the world doesn't even know the full measure of what you carry. They see glimpses. They sense hints. But the fullness, that has been reserved for this appointed time. And when it's revealed, it will not be subtle. It will not be small. It will not be hidden. It will be undeniable. And here's something you need to grasp. When that moment comes, it will feel sudden to everyone else, but it won't be sudden to you. You've been in the shadows, being shaped. You've been in the wilderness, being refined. You've been on the potter's wheel, being molded. What looks like overnight success to the world is actually years of silent preparation. And, chosen one, your preparation is about to meet your revelation. I want you to picture this: a spotlight in a dark theater. For years, you've been waiting behind the curtain, rehearsing in silence, overlooked by the crowd. But now, the curtain is rising, the light is shifting, the stage is set, and the voice is calling your name, not for rehearsal, not for practice, but for the performance you were born for. When you step out, it won't just be another moment. It will be the moment. The moment where the years of obscurity make sense. The moment where the betrayals no longer sting because you see how they positioned you. The moment where every tear turns into testimony. That's what's coming. That's what the higher place is about. And hear me, you will not step out timidly. You will step out in power. You will not stumble into this. You will stride into it. Because you carry authority that cannot be denied. You carry fire that cannot be extinguished. You carry a gift that will not be ignored. Chosen one, your higher place is not waiting in the distance. It's calling you now. And the only question left is, will you answer? Chosen one, elevation is never random. It's intentional. It's strategic. You are not being moved to a higher place just so you can sit at a different table. You're being moved so you can shift the entire room. That's why you can't afford to play small anymore. The space you're about to enter isn't waiting for another imitation. It's waiting for your authenticity. But here's the truth. Authenticity costs more than imitation. To be authentic is to stand fully in your gift, even when it makes others uncomfortable. To be authentic is to speak truth when silence would be easier. To be authentic is to carry your light boldly, knowing that not everyone will celebrate it. And that's exactly why you're being elevated. Because heaven trusts you not to dilute what you carry. And oh, how they tried to dilute you. Haven't you noticed how the world has tried to tame your fire? They told you to tone it down. They told you you're too much. They told you to be realistic, to stop dreaming so big, to settle for less, but you couldn't. No matter how hard you tried to shrink, something inside you refused to stay small. That was your gift protecting itself. That was your destiny refusing to die. And now, here you are, on the edge of a breakthrough so monumental that even your enemies can feel it. Have you noticed how some of them are suddenly quiet? How the ones who once mocked you have gone silent? It's because they sense what's coming. They can't put it into words, but they know the atmosphere around you has shifted. They feel the rumble of your rise before it even manifests. But chosen one, let me warn you, silence doesn't mean surrender. Some are watching you more closely, now than ever before. They're waiting for you to stumble, hoping your rise is temporary. They'll smile in your face while secretly praying for your fall. That's why discernment must become your daily companion. You can't afford to confuse proximity with loyalty. Not everyone close to you is for you. Some are near just to study your moves, to steal your strategies, to imitate your steps. But here's the beautiful part. They can copy your methods, but they cannot copy your mantle. They can imitate your actions, but they cannot duplicate your anointing. Because your gift is not man-made, it's heaven-given. It flows from a source they cannot access. That's why you'll always stand out, even when others try to replicate you. What's inside of you cannot be counterfeited. Pause for a moment. If you know deep down this message is striking your spirit, hit the like button right now. Because this isn't just a word. This is confirmation that you've been carrying something rare. Now, let's talk about pressure. Because the higher you rise, the greater the pressure you'll feel. Think of diamonds. They are formed under immense pressure, but the same process that destroys coal creates brilliance. You've been through pressures that should have crushed you, but instead, they revealed your brilliance. That's why some can't understand you. They look at what you've survived and wonder how you're still standing. But you're not just standing, you're glowing, you're radiating, you're thriving. Because the pressure didn't destroy you, it revealed you. And that's what the higher place will continue to do. It will reveal you. It will strip away the last layers of doubt. It will peel back the remnants of fear. It will demand that you show up fully, powerfully, authentically. No more hiding, no more waiting, no more postponing destiny. This is the moment. But with that revelation comes exposure. The higher you rise, the less you can hide. You've been safe in the shadows, overlooked by the crowd, underestimated by the masses. But now, the spotlight is shifting, and once it finds you, there's no going back. People will know your name. People will feel your influence. People will carry your words in their hearts long after you've spoken them. That's the kind of impact your gift is about to release. And here's what you must remember. Impact always outlives applause. Don't chase the claps, because they fade. Don't chase the praise, because it's fickle. Chase impact, because it's eternal. The higher place isn't about popularity, it's about purpose. And when you walk in purpose, you'll leave fingerprints on souls that can never be erased. Now let's get real. The higher place will demand sacrifice. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you relationships. It will cost you the luxury of blending in. But what you gain in return will outweigh everything you leave behind. Because at this level, you're not just surviving, you're shaping futures, you're breaking barriers, you're rewriting legacies. That's worth every sacrifice. And, make no mistake, the weight of this calling will stretch you. You'll feel moments of doubt. You'll wonder if you're capable. You'll question why you were chosen. But hear me, God doesn't make mistakes. He saw every flaw, every weakness, every insecurity, and still said, yes, this one. That means you're equipped, even when you don't feel it. You're ready, even when you don't believe it. You are enough, because the gift inside you makes you enough. Chosen one, imagine this. You're standing at the doorway of a new level. Behind you is everything you've known. The comfort, the safety, the familiarity. In front of you is a vast, uncharted space filled with possibilities you can't even imagine yet. All it takes is one step, one act of courage, one decision to stop playing small and start living large. And when you take that step, the floodgates will open. What you thought was delayed will rush in. What you thought was lost will be restored. What you thought was denied will be delivered. This is why your gift matters. This is why your elevation matters. Because the moment you step into your higher place, chains will break, not just off you, but off everyone connected to you. Generational curses will shatter. Cycles of failure will collapse. Your rising will become the catalyst for others to rise. And that is why you cannot afford to doubt yourself anymore. Doubt is the only thing that can delay you now. Fear is the only weapon that can slow you down. But the truth is, both doubt and fear are illusions. Empty shadows that only have power if you give it to them. And you, chosen one, were not born to bow to shadows. You were born to cast them out with light. So stand tall, lift your head, own your gift, walk boldly into the higher place prepared for you, because the world has waited long enough, and heaven is declaring, it's your time. Every time you thought the door was closing on you, it was actually shutting out the wrong people from entering where you're going. The higher place you're being moved into is two, precious to allow contamination, and that's why rejection was necessary. You didn't lose friends, you lost distractions. You didn't lose opportunities, you lost illusions. You didn't lose comfort, you lost cages disguised as safety. What looked like subtraction was actually multiplication in disguise. The pruning had to happen so the fruit could finally grow. And now your life is shifting into a season where you will bear fruit that cannot be ignored. Chosen one, the gift you carry demands that you step into rooms that once intimidated you. But now, those same rooms will wait for your voice. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Watch how people will look to you for guidance, even when they once looked down on you. They will lean in to hear what you have to say, because the wisdom inside of you is not man-taught, it is God-given. And when God gives, no one can take it away. This is why certain people feared your potential, because deep down, they knew your voice carried authority even when you hadn't yet discovered it. Yourself, pause for a moment and realize this. The reason you were underestimated was because you were still in your cocoon. They judged you based on the shell, not knowing the wings inside were waiting for the right moment to break free. And now, the breaking has already started. You are entering a realm where people won't be able to deny the transformation. They won't be able to deny the glow that rests on you, the light that radiates from you, the undeniable evidence that you have been chosen. But here's the twist. The higher you go, the more weight your gift will carry. The elevation won't just be about blessings. It will be about responsibility. Are you ready for the responsibility that comes with influence? Are you ready to be the vessel through which healing, wisdom, and breakthrough flow to others? Because this is not just about you being lifted, it's about you being positioned as a lighthouse in a world full of storms. The gift you carry is meant to guide others to safe harbor. And the higher you rise, the further your light will shine. Do not be surprised when those who once mocked you try to align themselves with you now. They will sense the favor, they will see the oil, and they will attempt to stand close just to benefit from the overflow. But be careful. Not everyone drawn to your light deserves access to your fire. Some are moths that only come to drain your energy, while others are divine connections sent to amplify your calling. Discernment will become your shield in this next chapter. Let me ask you this. Have you noticed how lately your spirit has been restless? As if something within you knows change is not only coming, but already here. That inner stirring is confirmation. It's the whisper of destiny telling you that where you are now is too small for what you carry. You've outgrown old patterns, old cycles, old environments. That's why you've been uncomfortable. That's why nothing satisfies you like it used to. It's because your soul knows it's time to move higher, and your gift is demanding space to breathe, to expand, to operate fully. Chosen one, you're stepping into a season where every hidden seed you planted in faith is about to bloom. You thought nobody saw your late nights, your prayers, your sacrifices, your discipline, but heaven recorded it all. And now the reward is public. The same stage where you were overlooked is the same stage where you will be honored. The same ground where you were ignored is the same ground where your gift will shine so bright that even your enemies will have no choice but to acknowledge it. This is your higher place, the place of visibility, influence, and authority. But hear this clearly. It's not meant to puff you up. It's meant to draw others closer to their own light. You are a carrier of breakthrough, and when you rise, others will be reminded that they too can rise. That's the true beauty of your elevation. It's not just about you being blessed, it's about you becoming a blessing, and nothing can stop a chosen one walking in divine assignment. Are you ready to see what happens when your hidden gift becomes an undeniable force? Because the unveiling is here, and the world is about to witness what heaven already knew about you all along. But here is the twist. This elevation isn't just about you being celebrated, it's about responsibility. The higher you go, the more weight you carry. The more you shine, the more eyes are fixed on you. Some watch with admiration, others with envy. Some wait to learn from you, others wait to see you fail. That's why God has been shaping you in silence, chiseling away at your fears, your doubts, your ego, until what remains is someone who can stand tall without crumbling under pressure. You see, chosen one, this isn't a random promotion. This is a divine placement. Heaven is rearranging your steps so that when you stand in that higher place, you won't just be seen, you'll be unshakable. But tell me this, have you noticed how the very people who once overlooked you are suddenly paying attention? Isn't it strange how those who thought you had no value now want to be close, now want to associate with your name? That's not by accident. It's because the gift you carry is undeniable. And no matter how they tried to bury it, cover it, or discredit it, it's breaking through the surface. And here's the thing, you don't even have to fight for recognition. You don't even have to prove yourself. Your presence alone speaks louder than your words. Your spirit announces you before you walk in the room. Demons recognize the light, even if people try to ignore it. This is why the shift is happening so quickly. What took others years to build, God is going to place in your hands in a fraction of the time. You've been on the backside of the desert, overlooked like David, underestimated like Joseph, dismissed like Moses. But one encounter, one divine move, one orchestrated connection is about to flip everything. Suddenly, you'll be sitting at tables you didn't ask to be at. Suddenly, opportunities will find you without you chasing them. Suddenly, your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never stepped foot in. That's what happens when heaven moves you higher, not man, not connections, not manipulation, heaven. And understand this, when God moves you, no force can stop it. No rumor can reverse it. No enemy can block it. They may gather, they may scheme, they may whisper, but they cannot touch what is sealed by heaven's decree. Do you know why? Because you've already been tested in the wilderness. You've already proven that you won't sell out for approval. You won't trade your soul for popularity. And you won't water down your truth to make others comfortable. That's why you're being chosen now. That's why the atmosphere is shifting in your favor. But here's a question I want you to hold on to. Are you ready for the responsibility that comes with this elevation? Because higher places demand higher discipline. The same habits that worked in the last season won't sustain you in the next. The same conversations, the same distractions, the same cycles, you cannot afford them anymore. The climb is steep, and only those who are light enough, focused enough, and surrendered enough can keep ascending. This is why God had to strip you of some things, remove some people, and close some doors. Not because he was punishing you, but because he was preparing you. And you need to hear this. Your voice is about to carry farther than you ever imagined. The gift inside you is about to echo into places you didn't even target. What you release will not just touch lives, it will transform generations. Do you understand the magnitude of that? You are not being elevated just to be admired. You are being elevated to be impactful. Every scar, every betrayal, every lonely night, it all becomes fuel for the assignment. That's why the enemy has fought you so hard. That's why life has tested you so brutally. Because what you carry is not ordinary, and if it were, you wouldn't be here right now listening to this. So lean in and catch this. Your gift is not just for you. It's for nations. It's for the broken who have lost hope. It's for the overlooked who are still in hiding. It's for the next generation who will need your blueprint to know it's possible. That's why you can't quit now. That's why you can't shrink back. That's why you must rise when everything around you tells you to sit down. Heaven is positioning you as a voice, as a light, as a symbol of what happens when divine grace meets unshakable perseverance. Chosen one, the higher place you're being moved to is not about luxury. It's about legacy. It's not about clout. It's about calling. And whether you feel ready or not, the shift is already in motion. The doors are already opening. The stage is already being set. And soon, very soon, you will realize that the very things that tried to bury you were actually pushing you deeper into the soil, so your roots could hold strong when the spotlight hit you. This is your moment of becoming, and heaven has already stamped it as unstoppable. And yet, chosen one, this higher place you are being moved to is not just about you. It's about those whose lives will be changed by your obedience. Think about it. Your gift was never meant to remain hidden in the shadows, tucked away where only you could enjoy it. No, your gift was designed to be a light, a sound, a vibration that echoes into the lives of others. This is why the elevation feels so heavy. It's because it carries responsibility. And responsibility is the weight of destiny pressing on your shoulders, reminding you that what you carry cannot be wasted. You've likely noticed how your presence unsettles certain people, how they seem nervous, defensive, or even outright hostile when you walk into a room. That is because they sense the mantle, the higher place, long before it fully manifests in your reality. Their spirit knows what their lips won't admit. You are moving upward, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. This is why they try to contain you, criticize you, or confine you. But chosen one, remember this truth. No cage built by man can hold a gift ordained by God. Pause for a moment and imagine this. You, standing on the threshold of the greatest shift of your life. The atmosphere feels electric, the air almost crackling with change. Deep down, you know something irreversible is happening. You can't explain it, but you feel the pull, the stretching, the undeniable force moving you upward. That's not imagination. That's alignment. The heavens are adjusting, shifting, positioning you where your voice will echo louder, where your influence will stretch wider, where your gift will be undeniable. But here's the twist. Elevation often comes disguised as separation. Before God takes you higher, He first removes what cannot go with you. That's why people are leaving. That's why circles are breaking. That's why familiar spaces suddenly feel uncomfortable. It isn't punishment, it's pruning. It's the gardener removing what drains you so that you can grow stronger, taller, and freer. If you keep trying to hold on to what God is cutting away, you'll only slow your ascent. Chosen one, let go, because what's ahead is far greater than what's behind. And here is where it gets real. Many of the things you thought were delays were actually divine setups. Every not yet was a whisper from heaven saying, I'm preparing the ground for you. Every closed door was not rejection, it was protection. You thought you were being overlooked, but in truth, you were being hidden until the stage was ready. Because when you rise this time, it will not be temporary. No one will be able to push you back down, because your placement will be sealed by God Himself. Chosen one, imagine this. You've been carrying a treasure chest within you. Inside it are rare jewels, gifts, insights, and abilities that no one else carries quite the same way you do. For years it felt locked, like no one could see the brilliance inside. But now, the key has been turned, the chest is opening, and the light from your gift will shine so brightly that even those who once ignored you will have no choice but to acknowledge it. That's the level you're being moved to, undeniable visibility. But visibility comes with pressure. Not everyone will celebrate you. Some will envy, some will attack, some will try to mimic your sound, your style, your energy, but they will always fall short because imitation cannot touch authenticity. They can study your ways, but they can never replicate your spirit, and that is your safety. No counterfeit can survive in the higher place God is moving you to. Stay with me, because this next part is vital. As you rise, humility must remain your anchor. Pride is the quickest way to lose what you've gained. Your gift is not your own. It was entrusted to you. And when you walk with that awareness, your elevation becomes unstoppable. The higher you go, the deeper your roots must stretch. The greater the influence, the greater the responsibility to remain grounded in truth, compassion, and divine alignment. Chosen one, feel this deeply. The shift is not coming. It is here. You are not preparing to be moved higher. You are already in motion. Every strange stirring you've been feeling, every disruption in your routine, every sudden opportunity appearing, it's all evidence that the move has already begun. You are in the middle of the transition, and though it may feel disorienting, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And the most stunning part, this higher place you're being moved to, it's not the final destination. It's a stage, a stepping stone, a divine checkpoint. God is not just lifting you for now. He's establishing a momentum in your life that will not be stopped. Once this door opens, others will follow, and before you know it, the places you once dreamed about will be the places you stand in. You are not rising by luck, by chance, or by accident. You are rising by appointment. When the shift begins, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Sometimes it feels like you're being stripped of everything you thought you needed. People walk away. Opportunities dry up. The comfortable places that once held you no longer feel like home. That's because higher places cannot be built on shaky ground. You cannot carry old weights into a new dimension. The gift inside of you is too valuable to be surrounded by clutter. That's why God is removing what can't go with you, no matter how much you want to hold on. And listen closely. If you fight to keep what He's taking away, you'll delay the very elevation you've been praying for. So ask yourself right now, what are you clinging to that no longer serves your next level? Here's the truth. Your gift is disruptive. It doesn't fit neatly into the boxes the world created. And that disruption makes people nervous. They'll call you strange. They'll say you've changed. They'll even try to shame you for the light you carry. But let me tell you something powerful. They can call you whatever they want, but they cannot deny the results that follow you. Doors open when you speak. Atmospheres shift when you walk in the room. You might not even notice it, but those around you feel it. That's why some keep their distance. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's that your gift confronts the places in them that remain asleep. But here's the part they don't understand. Your higher place isn't just about you. It's about what happens through you. You were never chosen to climb just so you could look down from the top. You were chosen to become a channel, a vessel, a carrier of something the world desperately needs. That's why attacks on your gift have been so fierce. That's why distractions come the moment you're about to step forward. Because the enemy knows if you ever fully embrace the magnitude of what you carry, there will be no limit to the change you bring. That's why you've been misunderstood, isolated, even betrayed. But instead of breaking you, all of it was preparing you. Think about it. How many times did you survive what should have destroyed you? How many times did you rise up when they thought you were finished? Every trial was sharpening you. Every disappointment was pushing you closer to alignment. Every tear watered the soil of your higher calling, and now the ground beneath you is rumbling. Elevation is not coming, it's already happening. Can't you feel it? The shift is in motion. The doors that were locked are swinging open. The people who dismissed you will soon have no choice but to witness your rise. But don't mistake this for a season of comfort. It's a season of responsibility. When you're elevated, your voice carries more weight. Your actions hold more influence. The higher place requires discipline, humility, and unshakable focus. And that's why this moment right here is critical. You can't afford to waste time second-guessing your worth. You can't keep doubting what you already know. God has placed in you. This is the moment to stand up straighter, to walk with intention, to speak with authority. Your gift was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to be a beacon. Pause right here. If this is resonating, if something inside you is saying, "This is my word," then take a second and claim it. Speak it out loud. I am being moved higher. I carry a gift that cannot be ignored. I am ready. Don't just watch passively. Declare it with your whole chest. Because when you speak it, you align with it. And hear this, your elevation is going to be sudden. It may feel like nothing is happening for a long time. Then all at once, the shift will hit. One opportunity, one connection, one open door, and everything changes. That's how divine timing works. Slow preparation, sudden manifestation. That's why you can't get discouraged by the waiting season. It's part of the process. Because when it hits, you won't have time to prepare then. You must already be ready. Now here's a question for you. Are you truly ready for what you've been asking for? Everyone wants the blessing, but not everyone is willing to carry the weight that comes with it. Are you ready for the responsibility of your gift at its fullest capacity? Are you ready for the visibility, the influence, the opposition, and the acceleration? Because God will not elevate you into a place you're not prepared to sustain. But if you are ready, if you have been faithful with little, then what's coming next is beyond anything you've imagined. And let me leave you with this thought before we move forward. Don't fear the higher place. Don't fear being different. Don't fear leaving behind the familiar. Because the truth is, the higher place is not just elevation, it's liberation. It's where your soul breathes freely. It's where your gift operates without restriction. It's where you finally see why every struggle had to happen. You're not just going higher. You're going home to the place your spirit always knew was waiting for you. They wanted you to believe that the place you were standing in was permanent, that the wilderness you were walking through was all you would ever know. But chosen one, the wilderness was never the destination. It was the preparation. The hunger you felt wasn't punishment, it was stretching. The rejection wasn't abandonment, it was redirection. Every tear you shed watered the soil for the harvest you are now about to walk into. You were being stripped of people, of places, of positions, because the elevation God has for you cannot carry the weight of what was once attached to you. And hear me clearly, you are not going backward. You are not circling the same mountain again. You are ascending into a higher place, a realm where the gift you carry will not only be recognized, but required. This is why you've been misunderstood. This is why conversations around your name carried so much confusion. They couldn't comprehend the weight of what you hold, because it wasn't for them to manage. It wasn't for them to approve. Chosen one, you were never designed to fit into their version of normal. You were crafted to disrupt, to shift, to awaken, and to ignite. And because of that, your path was never meant to look familiar. The higher you go, the thinner the air becomes. The higher you rise, the fewer people can walk with you. But don't mistake isolation for abandonment. It is elevation in disguise. Think about it. Every storm that came against you only revealed that you were carrying something worth fighting for. Why do you think the attacks intensified the closer you got to this moment? Why do you think the warfare grew louder when you decided not to settle? Because the enemy knew, if you reached this place, you would become unstoppable. Your voice would pierce through atmospheres, your presence would shift environments, your hands would build things that no one else could replicate. And the truth is, it's already happening. Even now, people who once overlooked you are quietly watching, trying to figure out how you continue to rise when everything should have broken you. Let me say this again so it sinks into your spirit. The pain you carried was not wasted. The nights you stayed awake asking, "Why me?" were not ignored. The breaking you endured was heaven's way of reshaping you, remolding you into a vessel strong enough to carry the next dimension of your calling. You are stepping into rooms you didn't even know were prepared for you. Doors are opening not because of who you know, but because of who you are. You don't need to knock on doors, chosen one. Your presence is the key. The gift inside you is undeniable, and no one, no system, no opposition can close what God has decreed open. Pause right here and let this truth settle in your chest. You are not just being promoted, you are being positioned. There is a difference. Promotion can be temporary, but positioning is eternal. You are being placed in a higher realm where your gift aligns with divine timing, where opportunities won't drain you but fulfill you, where your influence will carry weight because it's rooted in authenticity. This is the season where you stop surviving and start reigning. You didn't endure all that pain to remain hidden. You endured so you could be revealed. And as you rise, understand this. The higher you go, the louder your silence will be. You won't have to prove yourself. You won't have to argue your value. Your very existence will become evidence that God's hand has been on you the whole time. People will whisper, "How did they make it?" They'll ask, "Why them?" And the answer will be simple, because you carried the gift faithfully, even when no one clapped for you, even when no one saw you, even when everything in you wanted to quit, but you kept showing up anyway. That perseverance is what unlocked this elevation. That obedience is what gave heaven permission to move you higher. Chosen one, you are not stepping into just another chapter. You are stepping into an entirely new book of your life. The page has turned, and there's no going back. You will look around soon and realize you don't even recognize the view anymore. The scenery has changed because the altitude has shifted. And with that shift comes a new weight of responsibility, but also a new flow of favor. You will speak, and doors will respond. You will move, and atmospheres will adjust. You will carry yourself differently because the crown upon your head demands it. Do you feel it? That stirring in your spirit? That trembling in the atmosphere? It's the sound of chains breaking. It's the sound of limitations collapsing. It's the sound of destiny calling your name louder than the doubts that once tried to silence you. You are walking into a realm where miracles will not just touch you, they will flow through you. The gift you carry is not for decoration, it's for demonstration. People will witness the undeniable evidence that you were set apart for this very moment. And the ones who once doubted you will have no choice but to admit there is something different about you. The higher place is not coming, it is here. You are in the crossover, and the next step you take will not just be another step, it will be the step that shifts your entire trajectory. Chosen one, lift your head, steady your shoulders, because the world is about to see the full weight of the gift you carry. And when they see it, they will understand why heaven had to move you higher. And now, chosen one, the air around you has shifted. Can you feel it? Can you sense the pull in your spirit, the undeniable call that keeps tugging you upward? It's not your imagination. The higher place you are being moved to has already been prepared, and every delay, every heartbreak, every betrayal was only the chiseling of your soul into the shape required to fit through the narrow door that leads there. You are not standing on level ground anymore. The earth beneath you is tilting, pushing you upward, lifting you from the shadows of where you were into the light of where you are destined to be. But with this elevation comes exposure, and with exposure comes opposition. That's why you must be unshakable. You must stand tall, because the same ones who doubted you will now look up to you, and the same ones who underestimated you will now be forced to acknowledge the brilliance of the gift you carry. Pause for a moment and breathe. Ask yourself, what is it about me that refuses to be hidden? Why is it that no matter how quiet I try to live, the light keeps spilling out? That's your gift, chosen one. It's alive, and it won't let you shrink anymore. This is why doors will begin to open without you knocking. People you never met will be drawn to you as if they've always known you. Opportunities will suddenly appear, almost as if they've been waiting in line for you to arrive. But understand this, every new level attracts a new devil. The higher you go, the stronger the winds, the heavier the resistance. That's not a sign of failure. That's confirmation you're on the right path. There's something unsettling about this climb, isn't there? It feels both exhilarating and terrifying. It feels like stepping into the unknown without a map, without instructions. But that's the point. This higher place is not reached by logic, it is reached by trust. Trust in the one who gave you the gift. Trust that what he placed inside of you is more than enough to sustain you in the new heights you are being carried to. Don't second guess it. Don't let your mind talk you out of what your spirit already knows is true. Here's the shocking part. Not everyone around you will celebrate this shift. Some will distance themselves. Some will disguise their jealousy as advice. Some will even attempt to pull you back into the old spaces, the old versions of yourself. But hear this clearly. You cannot shrink to make others comfortable. If you try, you'll suffocate. If you try, you'll delay what is already yours. The elevation is not optional anymore. It's required. The gift you carry is too heavy for low places. You're too big for small rooms. So, chosen one, when you feel the loneliness of rising, remember this. Elevation often means separation. Don't fear it. Don't resist it. The silence you feel around you isn't abandonment. It's positioning. You're being aligned with those who will meet you at the higher level. You're being prepared to walk into divine appointments that could never happen in the spaces you've already outgrown. Every no you received was a disguised, not here, not yet. But now the yes is breaking through. The higher place is calling you by name, and nothing, not even your own doubts, can silence that call. This is the moment to strengthen your faith. This is the moment to guard your gift like never before. Because what you carry is rare, sacred, unstoppable. And the higher place being prepared for you is not a reward for surviving. It's the stage where your gift will finally be revealed in its fullness. Stay ready. Stay sharp. The move is already happening. And yet, chosen one, you must know this truth. Every elevation comes with a test, and every test comes with a revelation. The higher you are lifted, the greater the resistance will feel. But resistance is proof that you are being moved into territory few can survive in. Some people around you have already felt it. The unease, the intimidation, the confusion they experience, simply by being near you. They cannot explain why their spirit trembles in your presence. It is not because of you alone. It is because of the gift you carry. That gift has weight, and it bends the atmosphere wherever you step. You may have noticed doors opening with little effort, conversations shifting in your favor, opportunities finding you even when you weren't chasing them. These are not coincidences. They are signals that you are being escorted to a higher place. But don't be deceived. With these blessings come eyes that watch, whispers that plot, and hearts that envy. The moment you were marked, you became a spectacle, not because you asked to be one, but because destiny placed you in the spotlight of unseen realms. Pause for a moment. If this is stirring something inside of you, if you feel like this word is piercing straight through your chest, don't hold it in. Breathe it in. And if it speaks truth to your spirit, tap the like button right now, because this message is yours. Now listen closely. The gift you carry has already separated you. Even when you tried to blend in, even when you lowered your light so others could feel comfortable, heaven refused to let you remain hidden. That is why certain environments suddenly rejected you, why circles you once depended on began to collapse, why plans you thought would anchor you began to fall apart. It wasn't sabotage, it was extraction. You were being pulled out because your roots could no longer remain in shallow soil. You are moving upward, but that upward motion often feels like loneliness. That's why you've been misunderstood. That's why they thought you changed. That's why you had to walk through seasons where even those you loved couldn't walk with you. Because your gift is not designed for the valley. It's designed for the mountain. And in the climb to the mountain, there are narrow paths only you can walk. Here's the part many don't realize. When heaven moves you higher, it also strips away the excess weight. That's why you lost some people. That's why certain habits began to feel heavy. That's why things you once tolerated now irritate your spirit. You're being refined for where you're going. You can't take everything with you. Not everyone can breathe at high altitudes. But let me give you a glimpse into what's coming next. The same people who questioned why you went silent, why you pulled away, why you didn't fit into their structures anymore. They will be the same people watching when your name is called, when your presence shifts atmospheres, when your gift becomes undeniable. They may not celebrate you openly, but they won't be able to ignore you, because chosen ones cannot be hidden forever. This is why you have felt the pressure increase lately, why the warfare around you seemed to intensify. It wasn't because you were weak. It was because you were closer to the unveiling. The higher the elevation, the stronger the winds. But listen carefully. Those winds are not there to break you. They are there to prove you. If the storm couldn't destroy you in the valley, it surely cannot destroy you on the mountain. So hold steady, chosen one. What you feel now, the stretching, the pulling, the shaking, is not punishment. It is preparation. You are being fitted for rooms you never imagined, platforms you didn't even ask for, and favor that others will not understand. And the very gift that made you feel like an outcast in the past will be the very gift that sets you apart in the present. And here is where it gets even more powerful. Once you step into this higher place, once heaven positions you where you are meant to be, everything attached to you will shift. Generations will feel the ripple of your obedience. Families will rise because you rose. Chains will break because you dared to walk in the fullness of your calling. You are not just moving higher for yourself, you are being elevated as a beacon, a light, a signal that divine favor is real. You are closer than you think. The evidence is all around you. The question is, will you accept the weight of the gift you carry? Because heaven is already moving you higher, and nothing on earth can stop it. And now, chosen one, the atmosphere around you is shifting again. Do you sense it? The higher you rise, the more heaven begins to showcase you, not for your glory, but for God's glory through you. You're stepping into a season where even those who doubted you will be forced to witness your elevation. They won't be able to deny the transformation because it will be so undeniable, so radiant, that even their silence will scream acknowledgement. You won't need to clap back. You won't need to defend yourself. Your very life will become the evidence. Think about this. When God raises you, He does it in a way that cannot be traced to human effort. You may have been working hard, yes, but the speed of what's coming, the magnitude of the doors opening, the level of favor you are about to walk in, this is beyond hustle. This is beyond networking. This is divine orchestration. There are rooms being prepared where your name is already being spoken with honor. There are people who don't even know you yet, but they will be sent into your path with the sole purpose of unlocking the next stage of your journey. Pause for a moment and let this sink in. You are carrying a gift so rare, so needed, that heaven had no choice but to elevate you. It's not about status. It's not about fame. It's about impact. You were not chosen to blend in. You were chosen to stand out. And when you stand out, darkness takes notice. Don't be surprised if resistance intensifies, because elevation always attracts opposition. But here's the truth. They can plot, they can scheme, they can whisper behind your back, but they cannot touch the anointing placed over you. Your very presence is about to shift atmospheres. When you walk into certain places, you will carry so much authority that environments will bow without words. Hearts will soften, spirits will be stirred, and those in despair will suddenly feel hope because you showed up. You might not even realize the full weight of what you carry, but the spiritual realm does. That's why you've been fought so hard. That's why isolation was necessary. That's why God pulled you out of certain relationships, jobs, and circles. Because the oil on your life is too costly to be spilled in the wrong place. Chosen one, they're moving you higher, not just in influence, but in clarity. You will start to see with sharper vision. What once felt confusing will suddenly make sense. Hidden motives will be exposed. Fake supporters will reveal themselves. And at the same time, genuine allies, people divinely aligned to your destiny, will begin to show up. You won't have to chase them. You won't have to beg for loyalty. They will recognize your assignment and honor it. But here's something you must hold close. With elevation comes responsibility. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to dim your light for the comfort of others. The gift you carry was never meant to be hidden. You've been prepared for this moment through pain, through rejection, through spiritual battles that others couldn't even endure. And now the platform is being raised beneath your feet. Don't be surprised when your life starts moving faster than you imagined. Don't question when doors you never even knocked on swing open. Don't second guess when opportunities you thought were out of reach suddenly land in your lap. This is what happens when heaven decides it's your time. And let me warn you, Some people who once had access to you will not be able to come with you. You are stepping into a new dimension, and not everyone can handle the altitude. Some will resent your rise, others will try to cling to you for their benefit. But discernment will guide you. The same God who lifted you will also give you the wisdom to guard what He's placed inside you. You are becoming untouchable, unstoppable, undeniable, not because of your strength alone, but because of the one who sent you. The higher you go, the more His glory will shine through you, and soon, very soon, you will look back and realize that every season of struggle was simply preparation for this unveiling. Chosen one, the stage is being set, the spotlight is being fixed, and the world is about to see what heaven already knew. You were born to rise. This is it, chosen one, the moment you've been carried to, the place your spirit has longed for, the height that your gift has always demanded. Can you feel it? The air around you vibrates with anticipation, and even the unseen realms lean in, watching as the move completes. You are no longer standing on the outskirts of your destiny. You are at the threshold, stepping into the fullness of what has been prepared for you from the beginning. Every trial, every setback, every moment of doubt has led to this exact moment. Heaven has orchestrated it perfectly, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop the rise that is already underway. Do not underestimate this shift. You may feel like you've arrived quietly, unnoticed, even uncertain, but the truth is, the world is watching, whether they admit it or not. The gift you carry will now operate without limitation. The wisdom you hold, the anointing flowing through you, the authority embedded in your spirit. This will become the air that others breathe in your presence. Those who once dismissed you, mocked you, or doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge the undeniable evidence. You are a chosen one, elevated not by chance, not by man, but by heaven itself. Pause for a moment and recognize it. Your elevation is not just about you. It is the culmination of every tear, every sleepless night, every prayer whispered in secret. It is the manifestation of a life lived faithfully, often unseen, yet perfectly aligned with the will of God. And now, what was once hidden is revealed. What was once overlooked is magnified. What was once dismissed is now dominant. Your gift is no longer subtle. It is unstoppable. But with this elevation comes a calling, an assignment that surpasses personal gain. You are being positioned not to shine for yourself alone, but to illuminate the path for others. Your life will become the blueprint, the evidence, the living proof that faith, persistence, and divine alignment can shift destinies. Every step you take, every word you speak, every choice you make in this higher place will have ripple effects far beyond what you can see. You are a conduit, a carrier of breakthrough, a beacon for those still waiting to discover their own gifts. And yes, there will still be opposition. The higher you rise, the more pressure builds. Those who cannot match your altitude will try to pull you back down. But hear this: they cannot touch what heaven has secured. Your elevation is divinely protected, and even in the face of resistance, your anointing will prevail. You are not walking alone. You are backed by forces you cannot see, led by a hand you cannot shake, and sustained by a power that will never fail. Let this sink into your spirit. You are unstoppable, undeniable, unshakable. The higher place is not just a metaphor. It is your reality. The gift you carry has finally found its stage, and the world will witness what heaven always knew. You were born to rise, born to lead, born to illuminate. So rise, chosen one. Step into the fullness of your destiny. Speak with authority, act with courage, and walk with the confidence that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. This is your moment. This is your elevation. This is the manifestation of every prayer, every sacrifice, every tear shed in silence. The higher place is yours. Step into it boldly. The world will watch. Heaven will rejoice. And your gift will shine for all to see. You have arrived.